China imposing retaliatory tariffs right now on the United States, hitting billions of dollars worth of goods and energy resources. I want to get straight over to Eunice Yoon this morning. She is in Beijing with a report from what's happening on the ground there. What are they saying?
Well, Andrew, those Chinese counter tariffs are now in effect, but they probably aren't going to be meaningfully damaging to American businesses because they are limited. Unlike President Trump's tariffs, which have been blanketed all over the Chinese companies, these ones from China are targeted. Goldman Sachs estimates that the Chinese levies cover $14 billion of U.S. exports to China, so that's only about 10% of the overall amount of goods that the U.S. Shipped to China last year. But what we do need to watch is any signs that China is willing to retaliate in very different ways. Unlike President Trump's first term, the Chinese have already been signaling that they're willing to single out individual companies. Over a week ago, as part of these countermeasures, China announced that it's investigating Google on antitrust allegations, also blacklisting Illumina, as well as PVH. And then last December, it also launched an antitrust investigation into NVIDIA. And then, of course, late last week, there were some reports that the antitrust watchdog was considering investigating Apple as well on those antitrust grounds. So in addition to that, now the Wall Street Journal has been reporting that that strategy by China could be expanded to include Broadcom and Synopsys. The Chinese government today dismissed that report, but this is really a widespread concern here that was bubbling up, especially when President Trump was coming into office. People were concerned that the Chinese could use this as a way to push back on President Trump. Guys?
We will see. We will see what happens here. We appreciate it. I just question, what is the sentiment from folks about this? Just generally, if you talk to people on the street, do they talk about it?
They do talk about it, of course, in private. But people are also signaling how they're feeling by what they're doing with their money. For example, we have been, over the past couple of weeks, seeing more and more people deciding to switch their money into U.S. dollars, switching money into gold. A lot of them are really concerned about protecting their wealth because they are worried about what's happening here economically speaking, but also what those tariffs by President Trump could mean to the economy.